Hello, welcome. My name is Jennifer Medina. I am the Professional Learning Events and Programs Coordinator at Shape America. Today I'll be demonstrating how to submit a research abstract proposal for the Shape America National Convention and Expo in Charlotte, North Carolina. On the Shape America website, all research abstract proposals must be submitted online through the submission site by the deadline of Thursday, August 13th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. To access the website, you can type in your search engine, Shape America, and click the first link you see. Once you're on the Shape America homepage, select the National Conventions tab. This will take you to the convention page. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So Shape America, the first link. Here is the National Conventions tab at the top. And then you can scroll down and you will see Submit a Proposal link here that you can select. Or you can keep scrolling down and select this blue box that says Submit a Proposal. I'm going to go ahead and select Learn More. And this will take me to the Call for Proposals site. So take a moment to look over the Call for Proposals page and familiarize yourself with it. Please take the time to go over the submission guides and resources listed under Step 3 right here. And you can access the frequently asked questions here, but you can also locate it down here. Let me go ahead and scroll down. It's also down here. And under the supplemental resource, you can also view the schedule at a glance and justification tools toolkit. Shape America is looking for dynamic, high-quality proposals that address timely issues impacting the HPE professionals and students, offer actionable strategies and innovative solutions, and reflect best practices in instruction, assessment, research, and leadership. To submit your proposal, please complete the following steps listed here on the Call for Proposals page and reference additional guidance documents available on this page as well. As you can see, step 1 is to review the presenter agreement. So go ahead and right click so that you can view the presenter agreement. Okay. Step 2 is to see the available submission categories. So I'm going to go ahead and right click it to view that as well. These are the presentation categories first, but if you scroll down, you will see the research categories. Okay. Step 3 is to review the submission guide. It depends what kind of proposal you're submitting. So either presentation, research abstract, or symposium. And of course, the FAQs. Step 4 is for you to start your submission. So just a reminder, all submissions must be submitted by Thursday, August 13, 2026. Now I'm going to go ahead and select Start Your Proposal, which will take you to the Call for Submissions page. Notice on the right side, there is a box stating that the submission deadline. Please note you will receive an automated submission email containing your session ID and a link to access and edit your proposal. If your submission is interrupted or you need to return to it later, you can resume where you left off by using the link in the email provided. Your session ID is also included in the email for reference if you need assistance from Shape America staff. At the top of the page, you can notice different drop-down tabs that describe the overview of information that you'll be providing throughout your proposal submission. Clicking them so that you can see them expand and you can read them. To submit a new research abstract proposal, you will select the second Begin a Research Abstract or Begin a Submission. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. If you have followed the previous steps on the original submissions page, all speakers should have read the presenter agreement. Reminder, all presenters must review the presenter agreement before checking the terms and conditions box. I already have, so I'm going to go ahead and check this box. Please read the instructions as you go along. As you can see, the first box is for you to type in your abstract title. Just for tutorial purposes, I'm going to just type some simple phrases throughout this whole form just to get us to the next steps. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in um, abstract testing title. Okay. And then you will type in your submitter's email. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. After that is your IRB approval or exemption. Research papers must have an appropriate IRB approval or exemption to be eligible for presentation at convention. To complete the certification, you need to type your name in the box. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. After that is the description. For the description, you need to provide in 150 words or less the theme and an overview of your abstract. This description will be used in the online program guide. Do not list presenters or other presenters here. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and again, for purposes of testing, I am going to just type a few words in here. Select the category that best corresponds with your abstract. Select your preferred type. Please note that the Research Council does consider how best to group the abstracts and will sometimes change what you have selected here. If your proposal is accepted, please make note of your accepted abstract type. For certification of previous publications, select I agree after reading the statement. Select I agree for RQS supplement after reading the statement. Select yes or no regarding if an international presenter needs a visa to attend convention. Next is your request for consideration for the Graduate Student Award or Undergraduate Student Award. If yes, you can type their name in here, Undergrad Award Recipient. If neither applies, you could just leave it as is and select Save at the bottom. You will be redirected to the next step unless there's an error. If there's um, an arrow box will appear at the top of the page. For example, I will show you in the next one what that looks like. Um, and then if you look at the above tabs, you'll notice that the title tab has an orange and white check mark next to it to represent that this step's been completed. You're not allowed to skip ahead, but you can go back if you need to. Make sure to always click save at the bottom of each step when you make changes. For step two, you need to add the authors of your abstract. Before adding a new name, search the database and see if the name you're looking for appears. If the person you're looking for is not found, you can select not found and enter a new name and input the information. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and put in a last name so I can show you what that looks like. There's a lot of individuals with this last name. I'm gonna go ahead and select this individual. And that's right now located as presenting author. I'm gonna go ahead and add someone else, but this time I'm gonna misspell so that way if you search, no one was found, right, under that last name. So in that case, you will come in here, you will put in their first name, their last name, as much information as you can provide, their affiliation, their email address, and so on. And then you will save and continue. But I'm actually gonna not save this individual. So to go back without saving, you would just click here at the top, that check mark tab, and I can go back without saving that individual. I'm gonna go ahead and add myself, so that way you can see what it looks like when you have more than one individual. And I'm gonna add one more, um, just so that you can see what that looks like as well. Okay. And then fill out all the required fields that are left. The easiest way to go back, like I said, is without savings by selecting these tabs up top. Um, if you need to add or delete a person, you can do that. So here you could delete by selecting here under delete, or you could just add another individual. If you need to edit, you can also do that by selecting under edit, um, and make any necessary changes. Same thing for the images. Um, in this case, individuals are allowed to include an image. This photo or image that is added will be added to our speaker database and is displayed in our online program. We accept JPGs and PNG formats for all speaker photos. If you are the submitter, please ensure you are collecting preferred photos from the presenters as you are listing them on the session before uploading them to the speaker database, because once submitted, you cannot add additional photos nor make changes to existing ones. If you need to adjust the order of the persons, you may do so by selecting the orange arrows. For example, if you want Aja to be listed first, you can move her up and select save. That way that's saved. If, let's say, Jennifer is presenting Arthur, you will select her instead, and just make sure you're always selecting save. And please note that the authors will be listed in the program in the order they are listed in this section. So keep that in mind when you're putting this in. Please note that the presenting author for a submission receives all communication for the abstract form from Shape America and is responsible for communicating that information with all of the listed co-authors. Please make sure your presenting author and co-authors are aware of the presenting author's responsibility. Only the presenting author can request changes for this abstract. Once everyone has been added and the order is correct, select Save and click Abstract Text. For your abstract, you have the following headers: background slash purpose, method, analysis slash results, and conclusion. You have to make sure that you incorporate all of these components for your abstract in 500 words or less. Make sure that you do not include your abstract title or author list here because they will be incorporated using the data you have already provided. You can copy your text from a document and paste it, or you can type directly into the box, select Save, and continue. So I'm going to go ahead and again, like I said, just to move on to the next step, I'm just going to type in some words so that way the system allows me to move forward. Okay. For the last step, proofread what you have entered before selecting Submit at the bottom of the page. Or in this case, conclude submission at the bottom of the page. If you need to make any changes, click the appropriate step on the Sessions control panel here at the top. Make sure you select the submission button under that last step, or we will not have your completed submission in our database. So I'm going to go ahead and select Conclude Submission. Once you have submitted, at the top of the page, it will state your abstract submission has been received. The system will automatically generate a confirmation email to the listed submitter's email when you have successfully completed your proposal submission. Please note, the confirmation email only goes to the listed submitter on the session. These two forms of confirmation will inform you that you have successfully submitted your proposal. You will also see an orange Print This Page button at the top of the page so that you can print a copy of your submission for your records if you wish. On the column to the left, if you don't see it, select these three lines here. You'll be able to view your submission, withdraw your submission, report technical issues, and a few other options. Remember that if you ever want to log back in to your presentation, refer to the email you received upon submission initiation or the communication email sent to the proposal submitter's email provided. If at any time you have questions regarding your proposal, please email proposals, PROPOSALS @shapeamerica.org or call Shape America at 703-476-3400. Thank you for supporting Shape America and sharing your presentation with the Shape America community. Hope to see you in Shape Charlotte.